Voyons voir, il y a 3 panneaux ici. Seigneur au mythe. J'ai cru lire Seigneur Prout. N'importe quoi. Peut-être un arrangement. C'est la crise pour les volets.
It was quite terrible and wonderful. Slaughter, death, opportunity. We were gathered there in anticipation of Lucian's Day, when suddenly the ground shook, monsters howled for blood, and fires raged around us.
Normal.
Many a great name perished in that sudden hell. As for myself, I'm glad I survived long enough to collect what treasures I could. Oh, it was devastating, to be sure. But what good does mourning do for either the living or the dead? Our consulate may be gone, but I will not let us be reduced to utter beggars. I merely do what is necessary to fund our ongoing diplomatic efforts. Best to sell anything of value. The voice of the ancient empire must still be heard in arcs, and that will require gold.
Ah, 3 d'intel, 3 de mémoire, 3 pyrotech. Ah, mais j'ai 14% de vol de vie, c'est classe ça aussi. Fournaise ardente, en vrai, c'est classe. Hein. La voix silencieuse. Elle fut faite par ceux qui sont morts, et les morts la gardent.
The bloom opens before your eyes, resplendent and regal. It emits a sweet, subtle scent, like that of a rose, though more intoxicating. The bloom scent ribbons towards you until it fills your nostrils. Your whole body flushes. You're sure you must be glowing, so deep does the warmth dwell.
Okay.
Sorrow. Our joy shall be the God-woken sorrow. Our joy... Sorrow.
Tu as un TAA activé. Ah putain, il a dû me foutre un merdier dégueulasse dans tous les sens.
The unusual bloom continues unabated, as if parroting someone.
The advocate is dead. The doctor is in. The advocate, the eternal. Take him. The eternal.
The flower has gone quiet.
Mandragore gémissante. Oh.
An inscription at the terrarium's base identifies its contents as a wailing mandrake, a species you've not heard of in spite of your impressive scholarship. Not every detail is visible through the terrarium's hazed glass, but there is no missing the plant's trumpet-like blooms, perfect for catching raindrops, or insects, perhaps.
Je sens venir la connerie. Vous aussi, hein. On sent venir la connerie.
Holy Mother of Divine, that's loud.
Hein?
Gods make it. I won't do much sneaking with this in my pocket.
Hein? Hein? Ne peut plus utiliser de magie et il est sourd. Mais lol. Carolan Plumetti. Tiens, Plumetti.
The weather-beaten war owl salutes you with one wing. Looking closer, you can see a telltale scratch on her left claw. This is the war owl who delivered your message from the paladin camp.
Ah, d'accord.
Sir, you sent me from the meadows near Driftwood. Caroline Fluffinster at your service, sir. Wherever the whistle calls me, sir. Though no doubt with the war preparations the way they are now, I'll be called up to the front lines, sir. That I have, sir. Thank you, sir. Bred and trained for service I am, sir. And proud to be some help, sir.
Ok. Bah, te fais pas tuer, hein.
Bows before you with an outrageously over-the-top flourish of her feathered wings.
Te fais pas buter. Qu'est-ce qui se passe?
3 owls in the enclosure stare you down blankly, fluffing their feathers and blinking in turn.
Jimmy, prithee wake thyself.
Francisco Crochebec.
The owl addressed as Jimmy lies motionless on the ground, looking for all the world like he's stone cold dead.
Aye, aye, buck thyself up, Jimmy lad. We are blessed with a visitor.
Spying some blood on Jimmy's beak, you pry it open to investigate. Inside, you see a
merde.
human finger.
Il s'est étouffé ce con-là.
A few sharp tugs, and you've pulled a severed human hand loose,
Ah,
partially
une main.
pecked.
Oh putain,
You don't
d'accord.
need to be a genius to surmise that Jimmy choked on his dinner.
Sir, sir, quit thy poking and prithee leave yon Jimmy alone. Our lad will ruffle up his feathers in his own sweet time.
Jimmy? Jimmy? What is it we do?
Oh, blast and bother, Jimmy. Show some civility to our esteemed visitor, won't you?
Jimmy remains dead, uninterested in answering petty questions about the world of the living.
Deceased? Bunkum. Sweet Jimmy is just resting his eyes. Sir must be aware that one often needs a small nap after a large dinner. And Jimmy just ingested a banquet.
Ah bah ça je veux bien croire, il a l'air d'avoir bouffé un mec,
As
donc
you
ouais.
gingerly pack the rotting appendage in your backpack, you have occasion to wonder.
Qu'est-ce que je suis en train de faire?
Fare thee
Tu
well.
m'étonnes.
We'll tell Jimmy you stopped by.
Pas de soucis. Imperturbablement mort. Complètement.
Another physic? Jimmy! Jimmy! Wake up!
You guessed it, Jimmy is dead as a doornail.
Toujours pas fini. Non mais je fais joujou avec des chouettes. Ah une grenouille. Ah putain, Léonard.
The
Bonjour.
frog blinks slowly, considering you with shrewd and beady eyes. After a pointed pause, he opens his mouth, flicking his tongue out to catch an unfortunate fly right from the tip of your boot.
Ok.
Another blowing. And this used to be such a nice neighborhood. Well, where should I start? Lethal plants is
Plantes
pretty high on the
toxiques.
list.
Qu'est-ce que tu te fais chier avec des
Not
plantes
to
toxiques?
mention kids rampaging in the pool, splashing about, doing Lucian knows what underwater, and scaring all the flies away.
Ouais, enfin les mouches avec des gosses, si ça peut ramener des mouches si.
I tell you, I've had quite enough. Quite.
D'accord. Et sinon t'as fini de roumer
With
ou
that,
t'es juste
the
là
frog turns his back to you with.
une tête de nœud? Alors,
As you near the garden, the rustling of leaves and branches turns to an insidious murmur. The closer you listen, the clearer the whispers become.
what?
Sauce in the air. He must be near. Kim. The doctor sends his regards.
Pardon. Et les lastres couverts d'épines. Oh merde. Bon. Oh putain, il y en a plein qui attaquent. Oh là 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 là. Qu'est-ce que c'est que cette saloperie? Ça va, oui?
The doctor has some explaining to do.
Va se calmer. Bon déjà, tu vas te calmer tout de suite, hein. Regarde. Déjà, tu te calmes.
Does. Sees no one.
Poursuivez lettre vide. Madame, j'espère que cette lettre vous trouve en bonne santé, que mon messager ne vous a pas dérangé. J'en ai pas de puissant déjà. La graine que j'ai cultivée il y a bien longtemps serait parfaite pour votre collection. Pour le sage et vertu Linderkem, s'en occupe personnellement. Son fait une plante extrêmement fragile, presque chirurgicale, mais il me semble la forme nécessaire pour cela. En fleurs, je me ferai alors une joie de venir chez vous afin d'admirer le résultat. Votre docteur, trop de balles. Hein? Bon. Alors, putain, toute cette richesse. Ok, parfait. Ok, oh, un autre de givre. Portrait du divin. putain, il a la tronche rouge, on dirait qu'il a picolé de ouf. Hein. Et pourquoi il a un diablotin dessus? C'est ouf ça. Oh, le canapé, juste une pièce pour le regarder, quoi. En revanche, ta pièce, elle est dégueulasse. Hein. T'as plein de trucs et tout. T'as beau foutre des bougies. T'as une sacrée quantité de merde, quand même. Hein. Enfin bon. Et en mettant ça là. Yes. Ok. Ok. Je ne peux pas le récupérer en revanche. Chier. Parce que c'est classe. Ok. Oula, il y a du sang là. Attends. Lui, est-ce qu'il peut me causer, lui? Attends, ça se trouve, il pouvait me causer comme un abruti, je vais pas faire. Heureusement que j'ai embarqué ce machin.
What a fool I've been. Thieving was the best chance I had of keeping afloat in this wretched city. Never thought that would mean trying to impress a band of urchins, let alone... Big tomorrow said they'd let me in their grubby little guild if I helped them nab that painting of Chem's, the second passion of Lucian.
D'accord.
Well, we made it in all right, and while Chem's constructs tore me to shreds, they all ran off with a painting.
D'accord.
If you don't know her, it's best to keep it that way. That thieves' guild of hers is a cutthroat bunch of young'uns.
Ok, on va les... Mais ça, c'est le genre de truc... Il est l'heure. Monseigneur, l'heure de se réveiller. Il est 8 heures. Ouh. Alors le tas, là, il fait 725 pièces. Et le tas ici, qui fait 2 fois plus gros, il en fait 590. Ok, il y a une couille quelque part. Hop, ça j'embarque. Alors, crocheter la serrure. Anne Mafflin, bouclier. Oh, il y a du loot. Pourquoi je sens la douille?
Nice.
Quoi comme bouclier? Mais... Filez-moi une armure avec ça, quoi. Oh, putain. Très bien. Je suis en train d'hésiter à filer ça. Parce que celui-là de bouclier, il est overkill. 1355 d'armure physique, 20% de chance de bloquer. 232 d'armure magique. Plus 5 en force, 2 constite, 1 art de la guerre, 1 à une main, 1 métamorphose, 6 initiatives, 0 en déplacement, applique désir de mort, 10% d'esquive, 10% de renvoi de corps à corps sous forme de dégâts physiques. Plus compétence écorchage. En vrai, j'aurais pas été à 2 mains, franchement. Ça c'est... Voilà. Alors oui, on va voir sauvegarde.
A dagger of pain shoots through your head, halting your advance instantly.
Oula.
You hear a voice, soft and calm, yet laced with disappointment.
Such a long journey you have undertaken, in the service of thieving charlatans, in pursuit of that which you will never obtain.
Ah!
A long, sad sigh reaches you from the depths of the void itself.
I saw your abysmal treatment of my servant Isbale. Please test my patience no further. This is your last chance. Abandon this folly, leave, and never return.
I am the past. I will be the future. I am the God King. You are but a misguided servant. Heed my do not wish you harm unless you force my hand. Because my followers are many, my followers are everywhere. Your endeavors are pointless.
Trop de malus.
The voice fades away, and with it, the pain. The man before you writhes in pain, oblivious to you. Otherworldly shackles are coiled all around him. The man raises his head with an anguished groan.
I am Ahu. Well, your search is at an end. Apologies if you were expecting a more convivial setting.
He coughs up a gout of blood. Before he can dissuade you any further, his eyes roll back and he loses consciousness.
Bon, déjà on récupère ça.
Lucky find.
Ah, d'accord.
And they're tearing his soul apart.
The spirit ignores you, focused as it is on tearing the source from its captive. It stinks of dark magic.
D'accord.
There's nothing in the spirit but pain, its own and that of its captive. He resists the agony, but it's only a matter of time before the spirits tear his source away.
Donne-moi ta source.
Seizes the pain you inflict upon it and turns it back on you. The pain you share nears unbearable levels, and the spirit begins to smile. This is the pinnacle of its existence. And then it exists no more. The pain it gave you ebbs away.
N'importe quoi. Donne-moi ta source, enfoiré.
Stop! I told you to leave. You're going to kill me. You can't.
He shudders as fresh waves of pain course through him.
Leave, while you still have a chance. And don't touch the...
He passes out mid-sentence. The dark stench assails you. The spirit concentrates. The spirit seizes the pain you inflict, and then it exists.
Donne-moi.
Stop! Yeah! Stop! Please stop! The pain. It's too much.
Et c'est le seul moyen que j'ai trouvé pour
His face
te...
goes slack as
Voilà
the
quoi.
pain renders him senseless. The man is oblivious. The dark stench assails. The spirit seizes, and then it.
I can't fight. Weak. Please.
Jusqu'à l'arrivée du maître. Profanateur du cercle noir. Donc il y a un pélo ici, un pélo là, un pélo ici et un pélo là. Très bien. Alors, on va commencer. Est-ce qu'on peut... Voir de la boule de feu, tu connais? Non, ça passe pas, merde. Cuir. Allez, bisous. Ah, il a pas pris de...
Lord Ahu, you should have told me you were expecting visitors.
Tiens, bah l'Inderkem. Très bien.
You fools!
I might ask you the same. This place is mine, after all, and Ahu was my prisoner.
Why, Kim? Why betray everything for which you once stood?
Betray? I didn't betray the Order. I liberated it. As one of Lucien's pawns, I stood for weakness, frailty. And then,
Voilà, c'est bien ce qui me semblait.
then the God King showed me the world as it could be. He made me a promise. He promised me a path unburdened by Lucian's pathetic need to defend the defenseless. He promised me a world dominated by the worthiest bloodlines across the ages.
J'aime bien ton épée, tu me la donnes?
He promised me a lasting seat at his glorious table in return for my oath. For the king chooses only the strongest, the most loyal, the most deserving. And now, Godwoken, I uphold the final act of my oath. Your execution. You can forget about finding Lucian. Believe me, no good comes from our so-called divine. That poison peddler. A swamp frog is a more potent warrior. Let me show you the power of the king's true chosen.
Ah, et tu viens juste à côté, c'est parfait ça. Oh, il pique. Très bien. Alors, on a pris un peu cher. Alors, déjà, il va se calmer tout de suite. Voilà, déjà, hein, première chose. Ensuite, bonus pour les copains. Alors, on
With
commence.
a glint in the dark of his eye, the spirit of Kem sneers at you.
I am sworn to the king, and sworn I remain Godwoken. I owe you nothing. My aims were, are, no less than the God King's triumph. That's all you can know. Silence! Your words mean nothing to me. I serve but one master. It matters not if you defeat every last lich whose bones have risen in my master's honor, Godwoken. With or without me, with or without Ishmael, the God King rises.
Ça te dérange pas que je loot ton cadavre devant toi? Putain, fait chier, j'aurais bien voulu son armure. Dévieur de Kem. Okay. J'aurais bien voulu son armure et son arme surtout. Grosse baston. Ah! Tout ce qui reste du Seigneur à roue. Ok, bah écoute, je t'embarque ça, t'en as plus trop besoin normalement. J'ai vidé les 4, ah oui. Ok, bon, Haru, du coup, comment qu'on fait?
Watches you, composed and dignified, even in death.
Of course you do, Godwoken. Why else would you seek out a tired old spectre like myself? But what you ask was expressly forbidden by the Divine. Lucian was so intent his tomb remained sacred that he enacted the sorcerer pogrom. Better, his paranoia was so great he saw to it that his tomb was turned into a fortress to thwart the likes of you. I swore to uphold his wishes, but that was before the Voidwalker. I know. And so I'm going to help you. I am not one to break an oath lightly. But I'm also not one to ignore the truth. Not when it's written in my own blood. Nobody knows every step of the way to Lucian's tomb. But I'll do what I can for you. First, you must get past the Path of Blood. An amulet filled with source paired with the Scroll of Atonement will let you by unharmed.
D'accord.
A man named Saunders was the engineer who designed the
Saunders, ok,
He
je
works
vois.
as a toy seller now, right here in Arx. Tell him that I sent you. He will give you what you need. Put the amulet on and charge it up by consuming source. Once it's got 5 charges in it, it'll be ready to go.
Okay.
Bring the amulet and the scroll to the Path of Blood. By the statue of Lucian, there is a hidden mechanism. Set the fully charged amulet in the hidden receptacle, then read from the scroll. But beware, many obstacles remain. I can help with only one. The death room is a chamber of many levers. 5 will lead you closer to your goal.
Okay.
Each lever is named for a virtue of the divine. Find the levers whose initials spell the word power. Select these 5 and these alone.
Les 5 de vos initiales appellent le mot force.
Then ask. The divine cannot be asked such questions, Godwoken. Besides, I trusted him. He must have had his reasons. He said that if anyone were to approach his remains, then the world would be left vulnerable to the void. It was not farewell, Godwoken.
Okay. Allez, bisous.
Why, hello again.
Alors,
Did you find them? Then the vault is real. I can't believe it. What did you find? Do show me, please. Let's have a long-awaited look.
parchemin d'éternité.
Come out, wherever you are.
And now for the rest. Why, hello again. Did you find them? The portrait of the divine. The cup of... Why, hello again. Did you find them? Then the vault is real. Let's have a long-awaited look.
C'est lui qui est le portrait du divin.
And so I finally have all 3. 7 bless you for your troubles. Although no greater blessing really than lots and lots of precious things.
Mm-hmm.
The surface of the mirror is smooth and unblemished. Not a single speck of dust sits on the black glass.
Alors, voyons voir.
A vision appears. It wavers, then becomes clear. In the reddish light cast by flowing lava, you see a cave. The roof has fallen in. A figure lies trapped beneath the fallen rock, alive but in terrible pain. The figure turns towards you. It snarls in agony and rage, and you feel its mind reach out to yours, searching for a way inside. A figure, pathetic and weak, tries to summon its powers of speech, but cannot. A feeling washes from it, loud and perfectly clear. Free me! And then an ominous rumble begins. The image quivers and shakes. The roar grows to a deafening cacophony, and the figure opens its mouth in a silent scream. It covers the mirror, goes silent and black.
I wonder who that was.
The black glass of the mirror reflects nothing but your...
You're positively haunting me with your presence of late. Something I can help you with?
Sanders' face falls as he digests the news of his patron's death.
Held captive? By Kem? Are you certain? Then I was right to sequester myself here with my puppets. Trusting people is a folly. Arx's a dimmer duel without Lord Ahu.
J'essaie de le sauver.
But it seems that you are to enter the tomb of the divine, and I am to help you get there. In order to pass the first chamber, you'll need an amulet that's charged with source. 5 souls worth to be precise. Here, take this amulet and fill it with source. When you've done that, return to me and I'll tell you what must be done next. You must wear the amulet as you consume source. The excess power will be siphoned into it until it is full. Good luck. You may need it.
Alors, du coup, je vais aller manger. Je vais aller manger et arroser le jardin. Je vous souhaite donc un bon appétit et je vous donne rendez-vous à 20h, 20h15 pour le JDR de Cthulhu Monstrum Malleus. Voilà. J'ai même pas eu besoin de récupérer de slurper de source de quelqu'un. J'ai eu juste besoin de la récupérer dans le bidon. Voilà, ça c'est cool.